Dio Beginner's Guide.
Welcome everyone to this video where I'll be talking about Dio. With that said, let's begin. MP recovery. Since Dio is an ape character, he'll need a good amount of MP recovery. It's recommended to have at least 90% MP recovery or more. Chaser points. The recommended way to increase your Dio's chaser points is as follows. Abilities. Now let's look at Dio's best abilities. Necrotic. This ability is one of the most fundamental for Dio, since it has good damage and its first hit deals most of its damage. It also has upgrades, but it's only good to upgrade the Gula Type 2 upgrade. This upgrade will allow the ability to recover MP. Kill Zone. This ability is the strongest, since it deals a lot of damage. The downside is that it takes time to activate. The good thing is that its first hit deals good damage. This ability has upgrades that aren't recommended, as these upgrades reduce the number of hits the kill zone deals, thus reducing the damage. Black Space. This ability has good damage. The downside is its long animation, but it's still very good. It has upgrades, and upgrading it is recommended, especially with the Rage 1 upgrade, since this grants a shield upon completion, making you immune. ONRUSH. This is a good ability that can be extended to deal more damage. To do this, simply press the directional key where you're aiming. This will consume MP. This ability has an upgrade that reduces MP consumption, allowing you to extend the ONRUSH even further. Chaotic Spark. It's a very useful skill when you want to combo with other skills, since you can quickly interrupt its animation to use another skill.
Casual skills. Haunting Shock. This is a skill with decent one-hit damage. Stick Lance. This is a 30-hit skill. Each hit deals 33 base damage with an explosion that deals 16 damage. It's a good skill against large enemies like Void 1 and Burkus. Chaos Hit. This is a very good skill against large enemies. The downside is its very long animation, so it's not recommended against enemies that move a lot. Destruction. This is a skill with a very good animation. It's a shame that's all it has going for it, since its damage is decent, but the downside is that it takes a long time to apply all the damage.
Passive skills. Well, here we'll focus on 3 in particular: time, spell, and power. The time skill, when the bar is filled and activated, will reduce the cooldown of our abilities by 4 seconds if it's maxed out. The spell skill will reduce the MP consumption of our abilities by 32% if it's maxed out. And the power skill will buff our attacks by 20% if it's maxed out. The spell skill is highly recommended, as it greatly helps in comboing with Dio's strongest abilities.
Special commands. These commands allow us to fill Dio's bar. They are divided into 6 commands: X, double X, X forward, X back, X up, X down. For these 4, only 1 point is needed. For these 2 commands, it's a matter of personal preference. You can give it 1 point to get Dominate level 1, or keep leveling up to reach Charging Death Star Type 2. This is very useful since it can help us position ourselves against bosses. We can take advantage of this to position ourselves behind the bosses. Now, the double X command will depend a lot on your playstyle, since we have Phase Edge level 1 and Far Away. With Phase Edge level 1, we can fill 75% of the bar against large enemies, and if you master it well, you can even do it against medium-sized enemies. This will have 2 hits, the incoming sword strike and the outgoing sword strike. The incoming sword strike will fill 25%, and the outgoing sword strike will fill 50% of the bar. This would be good if your playstyle with Dio is somewhat static and you don't move around much. Then we have the Far Away command. This command fills 25% of your health per hit, and it has 2 hits. It's very good against large enemies, and if you get the hang of it, it's also good against all types of enemies. Because by using the command and quickly dashing in the opposite direction, you can land both hits, even if the enemy is small. It's very useful if your playstyle is very fast-paced and involves a lot of movement.
Commands.
In Dio, we have 2 types of commands: the demonic command and the weapon command. This will largely depend on how you like to play Dio. However, the demonic command is the most recommended, since it allows for easier double combos. The double combo will help us reduce the cooldown of abilities. This will greatly help us spam our abilities more quickly, and we should also have this effect, as it will help us hit faster.
Ability runes.
For Dio, it is highly recommended that he have runes that improve 3-bar abilities. And in his substats, the ones he should prioritize are Kill Zone, ONRUSH, NECROTIC, Black Space, and Chaotic Spark.
Combo.
The simplest combo for Dio would be Chaotic Spark, NECROTIC, Kill Zone. These are very useful for combos since the animations of Chaotic Spark and NECROTIC can be interrupted, although you should be careful with NECROTIC, because if you interrupt his animation prematurely, he won't regenerate your MP. So if you want MP regeneration, simply wait for him to land his first hit and then use the next ability. From here, you can vary your abilities, as you can use Black Space or ONRUSH.
Skill tree. Well, finishing up with his abilities, let's see how our skill tree would look. We must keep in mind that Dio is one of the characters whose entire skill tree cannot be fully leveled up, so we'll have to be mindful of his skill points, as he has 110 points. And if we level up all the important ones, Dio will have 34 points to spare. Here, it will depend on each player whether they want to go for Infernal Spear, Chaos Hit, and Destruction, or if they want to go for the special commands of Dead Star or Far Away. In my case, I would recommend reaching Dead Star, since it's very good for positioning with Dio. As for Far Away, it depends on each player. Personally, I'm more used to Phase Edge. The skills you choose are a matter of personal preference, as they are quite casual, and these two are usually used more in Void 1 and 2. However, since these content areas are now weekly and have to wait 2 weeks before returning, I don't see them as very necessary, but it's up to you if you want to level them up. Content! Dio is very strong on the TOD map, but let's see which skills to use in each content area of the game.
Void 1 and 2. You can use these skills, and you can replace the spear with Chaos Hit. It will depend on each player. Void 3, 4, Cloister, KOUNAT, and HARKION. These skills will be very good in these content areas. Abyssal Path. For this content, the skill set can vary greatly, but it's highly recommended to use the same skills as in the previous content. However, you can also use these. SOLENE and HARRIER. For this content, the most important skill will be the 4-bar skill, as it has a large area of effect. But especially Innocent Fear, since this skill has a long animation, making it very good for SOLENE because enemies tend to take a while to appear, or after defeating one wave, the next wave appears. The rest of the skills can be chosen according to your preference, but these are recommended. TOD. If you're still building your Dio, these skills will be the most optimal for playing TOD. But if you already have your Dio built, these will be the best skills. You can watch Syntaxi's video playing TOD to see how to play with these skills. And, well, that's all for now. I'll start making character videos again soon, since the new character balancing is coming up, and I don't think Dio will be affected much, so I believe this video will still be useful after the balancing. With all that said, I hope this information is helpful. Until next time.